We learnt recently that Putin has sacked his chief of navy. Do we read much into that?
Well, I think that this has possibly been coming for quite a while. This is Admiral Nikolai Evmenov, who's been in the job since 2019. And of course, he was the one who was held responsible for the incredible Ukrainian successes against the Russian Black Sea Fleet. Of course, the Ukrainians have sunk about 12 Russian warships, most recently a fairly new patrol ship, but some really, really big ships in the Russian Black Sea Fleet, which has forced it really to not be able to conduct too much in terms of offensive maritime operations. So I suspect that Yevmenov was the scapegoat, and they've now appointed the head of their northern fleet to see if he can do any better.
We know that European leaders are increasingly concerned about this war spreading. We've just had some news drop on the wires suggesting that Russia's deploying troops and weapons to the Finnish border since they've entered NATO. He's saying that this entry into NATO, Putin's saying, is a meaningless step and that they would do that regardless. Do we need to be concerned about that move?
Well, look, I mean, I think Russia has started rattling the saber again. It seems to be that sort of season. Previously, Putin has exhibited no real interest in Finland and Sweden joining NATO. But of course, that makes NATO's border with Russia bigger by about 12 to 600 kilometres. So it's kind of strange that he's been unconcerned about that in the past and has only suddenly realised it. I think the truth is that the Russian armed forces have not an awful lot they can put in the way facing the Finns in particular, because they've lost around about 90% of the ground forces that they started the war in Ukraine with, and have had to make all those the rest up with mobilised people. So 450,000 people currently in the Ukrainian theatre. That is Russian service people, and really not very much in terms of a bare cupboard in the rest of Russia.
Matthew Sussex, appreciate your analysis as always. Thanks so much.
Thanks, Ash.